North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has voiced his fixed will on talks with U.S. President Donald Trump during his latest summit with South Korean President Jae-in, Pyongyang state media said today. During their surprise summit yesterday, the leaders of the two Koreas also agreed to meet frequently in the future and hold high-level talks between the two countries on June 1st, according to the North official's Korean Central News Agency. The second Inter-Korean summit in a month was held in secret at the tourist village of Panmunjom, as Moon has been scrambling to salvage the U.S.-North Korea summit, which was initially set to take place on June 12th in Singapore. Trump canceled it on Thursday, citing tremendous anger and open hostility from the communist regime, only to suggest later that it may go ahead after the North issued a conciliatory statement. Kim Jong-un thanked Moon Jae-in for much effort made by him for the DPRK-US summit scheduled for June 12th and expressed his fixed will on the historic DPRK-US summit talks. The KCNA reported Kim Jong-un told Moon Jae-in to positively cooperate with each other as ever to improve the DPRK-US relations and establish mechanism for permanent and durable peace, it added. The potentially historic meeting between Trump and Kim was on the verge of collapse amid growing distrust between two sides. Pyongyang apparently felt uneasy about Washington's reported demand for a swift, stringent, and unilateral denuclearization, while it favors a phased, synchronous approach that has been criticized as an attempt to string out negotiations and wring out more concessions. The reclusive state was also seen increasingly unnerved, as it thought it had made a series of unrequited denuclearization gestures, such as a freeze on nuclear and long-range missile tests and last week's dismantling of its only known nuclear test site, observers said. At yesterday's talks, the two leaders also agreed to reinstate high-level inter-Korean meeting, which was slated for May 16th but was abruptly cancelled by the North on the day. Pyongyang took issue with the two-week combined air drills between Seoul and Washington that ended Friday. The top leaders of the North and the South agreed to hold the North-South high-level talks on coming June 1st and further accelerate the talks of various fields, including the ones of military authorities and the Red Cross, the KCNA reported. The two leaders agreed to meet frequently in the future to make dialogue brisk and pool wisdom and efforts, expressing their stand to make joint efforts for the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, it said. The KCNA said that Moon and Kim also had in-depth discussions on the implementation of the Panmunjom Declaration adopted after their first summit held last month. The KCNA reported Kim Jong-un and Moon Jae-in shared the view that the two sides should trust and take care of with each other and exert joint efforts to make sure that the Panmunjom Declaration, reflecting the unanimous desire of all Koreans, is implemented at an early date. I'm Ju-won Chung, Yanam News.